Hello, family! Today marks day 3 of the Artisan Harvester Ants in the Ant Castle. Looking back at the past 3 days of raising ants, I haven't disturbed them much during their adaptation period. Since they've just moved into their new home, it's crucial to give them enough time to settle in. After observing them for these few days, I can see that they have gradually adapted to the new environment. The queen is stable in the nest, and the worker ants have begun to engage in their daily activities. I believe, as time goes on, they will continue to adjust and thrive in this new setting, eventually developing more structured behaviors. Seeing them adapt so well, I feel that it's time to start implementing the development plan I've designed for them. After observing them over these few days, I'm confident that the Artisan Harvester Ants possess excellent adaptability. Not only have they quickly adapted to their new home, but they also make full use of their surroundings by decorating and camouflaging their nest entrance for safety. This observation has strengthened my resolve, and I'm ready to officially begin the 1,000 Ant Tribe development plan today. So, today I officially announce that it's the first day of our 1,000 Ant Tribe development plan. Currently, there is 1 queen and 30 worker ants in the nest. How many days do you think it will take them to develop into a 1,000 ant colony? I believe this process will be a challenging one, especially when it comes to providing them with the right food and environment. There's still much to figure out. Although today marks the first day of the 1,000 Ant Tribe development plan, unfortunately, the seed food resources for the Artisan Harvester Ants have not yet arrived. I've been waiting for 2 days, but the concentrated high-protein food I placed in the nest hasn't attracted their interest. Every time I put the food in, the ants seem to ignore it, sometimes even bypassing it completely. Through my observations, I've realized that the Artisan Harvester Ants don't seem to care for this high-protein food. They may have different dietary preferences compared to other ant species. As the days passed, I began to suspect that the Artisan Harvester Ants' food needs might differ from other ant species. They likely prefer plant-based foods such as seeds, plant roots, and foods with less sugar, rather than the high-protein artificial food. This made me think about the kinds of food I need to provide to help them reproduce faster. So, I decided to try another food type, ant jelly. The ant jelly is made up of animal proteins and black sugar, which are typically favored by beetles. I had also read in some ant forums that many ants enjoy this food as well, so I thought it was worth a try to see if the Artisan Harvester Ants would like it. I grabbed some dried leaves to help guide the worker ants to the jelly, as they often need a little direction to find new food resources, especially when they're newly settled in and still unfamiliar with their surroundings. However, despite my efforts, the worker ants didn't seem very interested. Although one ant approached the jelly and sniffed it, it didn't attempt to consume the jelly. It lingered near the jelly for a short while and then quickly left. It seemed like the jelly didn't catch its attention. This left me somewhat puzzled. Generally speaking, ants are known to enjoy sweet foods, especially those rich in sugar. They're usually attracted to such high-energy foods. So why didn't these Artisan Harvester Ants show any interest in the jelly? Is it that they prefer seed-based foods instead of sugary, protein-rich foods? Is their dietary need different from other ant species? Since the ant jelly didn't seem to capture their interest, I decided to try another type of food, parrot food. This food is primarily made up of grains and seeds, which seem to align more with the Artisan Harvester Ants' likely food preferences. I began to realize that grain seeds might be a more natural and fitting food choice for them. So, I took a small handful of parrot food and scattered it near the ant nest to see if the Artisan Harvester Ants would be interested. Soon after, I saw a few worker ants approaching the grain seeds. They began to sniff them and before long, started to carry the seeds back to the nest. It seemed that they were showing a keen interest in these seeds. I was relieved to see them finally respond to the food. This indicated that the Artisan Harvester Ants indeed prefer grain seeds over other high-protein foods. As they began to collect the seeds, it became clear that this was the type of food they were looking for. This experiment has helped me better understand their food preferences, allowing me to provide them with more appropriate food resources. While I was observing their food preferences, I also noticed some intriguing behaviors. The queen seemed very stable and was resting peacefully in the nest, occasionally moving around the surroundings. What caught my attention, though, was the behavior of some worker ants. A few of them appeared to be carrying small objects, following the queen wherever she went. I couldn't help but wonder, what were these worker ants carrying? Why were they following her so closely? Were they helping the queen in some way? Could these items be related to eggs or food resources? The queen's status was very stable, and I could see that she was resting comfortably in the nest. Worker ants continued their busy tasks, some of them carrying food or other small objects. This behavior made me think about the division of labor in the ant colony. Worker ants don't just forage for food. They also care for the queen and protect the colony. Some of these worker ants might be tasked with caring for the queen's eggs, while others are responsible for gathering food and defending the nest. It became evident that the Artisan Harvester Ants have a well-organized division of labor. Every ant seems to have a role, whether it's foraging, caring for the queen, or building and maintaining the nest. This highly structured organization is one of the reasons ants are so successful as a species. Today is the first day of the 1,000 Ant Tribe development plan, and while the number of ants is still small, everything seems to be progressing normally. The worker ants are busy with their tasks, the queen is stable, and the nest is peaceful. I have complete confidence that the Artisan Harvester Ants will continue to thrive and eventually develop into a 1,000 ant tribe. Watching them grow and adapt to their new home is truly exciting. As the colony grows, I will continue to monitor their food preferences, behavior, and overall health. health. I'm optimistic that, with time and proper care, they will successfully expand into a much larger and more vibrant community. The key to this success lies in providing the right environment and resources to meet their needs. I'm eager to see how this colony will develop in the coming months, and I'm confident that we'll witness an incredible transformation. If you, like me, enjoy watching the development of the ant colony and seeing these tiny creatures grow from a small group into a large and bustling tribe, don't forget to like, subscribe, and join me on this fascinating journey into the world of ants. In future episodes, we'll continue to track the growth of the 1,000-ant tribe and observe how they overcome challenges, eventually expanding into thousands of worker ants, and perhaps even more. Thank you all for your support, and I'll see you in the next video.